Hello and welcome to our newest Love Oracle reading. So for your first choice, you will have this beautiful rose quartz jack-o'-lantern pumpkin, or you can choose the pyramid or our beautiful heart. And as always, we're going to start right here with the first stack, and this time it's going to be the pumpkin. Okay, if you chose our beautiful pumpkin here, this is going to be your love oracle reading. So we're going to get started with the Rumi card. I'm going to look at all of them real quick, the oracle cards, and we'll see what we have. Okay, first up, let love transform. Wow, with the number 14, so 14 might be a special number for you that breaks down into a 5, which means like change. So we will read this in just a second. I've never pulled this card before, so let love transform. Interesting. Can't wait to see what that said, how that plays out here. All right, so this is your romance oracle. Let's see. You have, okay, healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And that would be a transformation, wouldn't it? All right, and this is our Lenormand card. Let's see what we have. Oops, I don't do reverse. So we have 22. Nice, that's a master number. We have two doorways here. Queen of Diamonds. That's interesting. We'll see what that means here in just a second. So we're going to start with the Rumi oracle. Okay, so we start with the Rumi oracle, let love transform. And so this says, the spring of love arrives to transform the dust into a garden. The call is heard from the heavens to bid the wings of soul to fly. The sea becomes filled with pearls. The dry land receives the water of life, and the stone becomes a ruby, and the body becomes all soul. So this oracle comes to you as a living spiritual gift. Whether you realize it or not, you have triumphed. You have blossomed, succeeded, cast aside that which was unworthy, and taken up love's way. How much delight there is from all those that walk this way of love, of life, to find another precious companion in their midst. You are welcomed into this world where love finds a way. That makes me think of Jurassic Park, where he said life finds a way, and love finds a way too, right? Love Juggalo. There is nothing impossible for love. It is not bound by the mind, and because of this, all manner of miraculous grace works through it in endless creative variety. The great beloved is a show-off, creating with such genius as to be breathtaking. Were we able to remain always in the heart, we would be constantly breathless in a fit of appreciation and awe so great. Truly, there would not be even a slither of emptiness through which fear could ever enter. So detach yourself from expectations of timing. Absolute trust is the best way to adhere to the law of love, and this gives you some energy to spare. If you are just going to surrender and trust, then what exactly will you do with yourself? Well, of course, you could just live your life, but perhaps you may want to dance barefoot and wild with me upon the cool sand at midnight under the fullness of the harvest moon. And I feel like this card is asking you to let go of what does not serve you and embrace love for yourself, love for all the beauty that is around you. And I think it mentioned there a companion, and this is part of this letting go, healing family issues. Now it does say your parents, but we could focus on any kind of forgiveness, right? Because that clears up, that allows in more love. Now we're not saying that you have to let people back in that have hurt you and wronged you, and you know, they're just not good people. We know better than to do that, right? And so we have the gilded Lenormand here, and we have 22, and the twos are generally going to be about choice, and so is this one. It's a quick little message here. But if you look here, you have these two different paths, and they're amongst the stars. So maybe a dream or something you've been fantasizing about that's kind of up in your mind that hasn't come into being yet, right? So this says, decisions and choices are what I offer. Alternate directions are what I augur. I speak in multiples and doubles. There comes a time when one needs to make the choice of going one way or the other. Neither way is right or wrong, but only one can be taken. Here in the Viveri, we have steps that take us upwards and onwards toward this point of deliberation. Stairs and steps are symbolic of ascending to a higher place, a much better place, where once you are through the doors at the top that lead to the stars, then the possibilities are infinite. And so it looks like you need to make a choice here. And it could be a choice in love. It could be a choice about forgiveness, you know. And I say forgive but never forget, because we have to remember the lessons we have learned. And that helps protect us in the future, you know, right? So we have to be smart about things. All right, so let's take a look now at the tarot and see if we can put some more context on here. So let's take a look. We have death. That is transformation right there. That is the transformation card. We have Queen Pentacles. And we have Temperance. Wow, look at all those. You might be finding a lot of feather messages. I'm seeing that. Maybe even dreaming about angels or birds. Ooh, Ace of Swords. King of Cups on that Queen of Pentacles right there. And then we have Nine of Cups. Oh, this is so nice. All right, let's take a look at this first stack here. This combo here is a very powerful combo because we have the Death card. That could be Scorpio, could be you, someone else, doesn't have to be. And then we have the Ace of Swords. And so the Death card really represents your awakening, your transformation, which this talked about right there. I love how when these cards come out, they are perfectly matched, right? And then we also have this Ace of Swords, which is it's also a breakthrough. It's a mental awakening. It's clarity. It's knowing and thinking clearly about what it is you want, this choice that you need to make or are going to make, right? And there are really, well, I say there's no wrong choices. Of course there are. You know, you don't want to do illicit drugs and things like that. I'm not talking about stuff like that. That's a bad choice. Don't do it. But you know, when you are thinking about things that is going to benefit you in a very positive way, we never know what the outcome is going to be. We have no idea. Like this talked about letting go of those expectations and time frames, because what the universe can create for us is beyond our wildest dreams, right? And so we have to have some trust there as well. And I think this is you trusting in this transformation that you have decided to go through. I think that's what you're doing here. You're stepping through these doors of transformation, obviously to love yourself foremost and paramount. So let's look at the next two. Okay, so here we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Cups. Now I usually go like this, but for whatever reason I'm feeling it like this. So I'm just going to go with it here. So I get the feeling that someone is noticing you and they're wanting to offer you a cup here. And so the King of Cups is someone who's very deep with their emotions, very kind, very caring. And if you look, her hair right here makes a heart. And she's only looking from like, she's giving this person like side eye, like she's not sure. You're going to make sure that this person proves themselves to you if this is what you're looking for, like a romantic thing. You're going to, it seems like you are a little hard to get, possibly, because you've made this, life for yourself. The Queen of Pentacles is a very resourceful person who is very, let's see, trying to think here. I mean, resourceful. You can use just about anything to get the results you want. And I think having that kind of power, you want someone who's going to equal that kind of energy in you, that resourcefulness in you. So I think you're very selective. That's the word I'm kind of looking for. You're very selective about who you let into your circle, and it may be about your past, right? But this is calling on you to trust in the universe and trust in love. And sometimes it's hard to do, especially if we had a tough, childhood. But there are lots of good people out there. There surely is. And so if we look at the next pair of cards here, we've got Temperance, which is Sagittarius, and then we have the Nine of Cups, which is, we have balance here, and then we have someone who is really and truly happy. Yeah, the Nine of Cups is whatever it is that makes you happy and fulfilled emotionally or otherwise. And I think this other person brings this into your life. It kind of completes you. You know what I'm saying? I get that feeling that this, and it may not even, it doesn't need to be a romantic thing. This could be a really great companion, as in a friend, and whether or not it's male or female, it doesn't really truly matter. But I think this is a very loving, caring person. And this just looks like a really sweet reading here. I see a lot of happiness. I see this balance in your life that's really beautiful. So let's take a look at our bonus cards here. Really sweet reading. If you got something else from these cards, take the message you got. Or if this doesn't resonate with you, maybe it would resonate with someone that you know at this time. So let's see what we have here in the Making Magic. The elements. The elements of fire, air, earth, and water combine to create powerful protective boundaries, spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional. Interesting. So let's see what we have. I have some tea leaf cards. I love these. So just extra messages. We have Diamond. You will be receiving or giving a precious gift. That's beautiful. Tree. Affairs with your family. Wow. And then we have Desk. Pay attention to your work. Okay, that's a message for somebody right there. And so hopefully this resonates with you in some way, or maybe someone you know. So that is a very beautiful reading. Let's move on to our pyramid now. Okay, if you chose the pyramid, this is going to be your love oracle reading. And so our first card is the Rumi Oracle. Let's see what you have. We have, Hand of Fatima. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. So we'll look that one up here in a second. Now, 43 breaks down into a 7. And so for our angel, romance angel, we have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And then for our Lenormand, we have fish. I think this is a lucky one, and it has to do with finances. So we'll read that in just a second. But let's start with the Rumi. Okay, so we're going to read Fatima first here. And that is a 43, breaks down into a 7. So we have this oracle brings you the guidance that what is being born in your life right now, in your consciousness as a seed, perhaps of a new way of being, a new idea, belief system, philosophy, or sense of self, is going to come to maturity under the loving protection of the Divine Mother. You are also being asked to heed your intuition and instincts, have some discernment about who you involve yourself with and how you choose to use your time and energy. Love is all things you see, dearest angel. And that means saying no can mean saying yes to something greater. So give yourself permission to say your no and yes as dictated by your heart. This oracle also brings you the message that your body is sacred and worth your attention. This oracle also comes with guidance. Giving your body rest and healing is most beneficial at this time. There are symptoms you are experiencing, anything from fuzzy headedness to tiredness and aches and pains, as well as shifts in body temperature that seem unbalanced. And these are directly related, if not solely, to the interaction of your spiritual essence with your sacred animal body. And I've never got this card before, and I find that really fascinating because I've felt that for a long time, that when your soul essence isn't in tune with the physical body, you will experience issues, right? So this oracle also advises that if you ask for help and protection in any manner, it will be granted. There is no exception to this rule. There is nothing you have done that has made you unworthy of divine intervention, grace, and love. Not one thing, ever. Ask, trust, and receive. That is really a really powerful message there about this connection between spirit and body. Really amazing. And so in the middle, we have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. And without seeing this, if we look over here, if your body is not in alignment with your soul, issues will come about. And that could definitely affect your finances and career if you're not feeling well, if you're not doing what makes you happy in your soul, right? All those things will trickle down into other areas of your life. So we're going to look at the Lenormand card. We have 34, which is fish, which I think it's interesting that both of these came out at the same time. And maybe you have a pond or you have some fish. Maybe you have a fish tattoo. All right, so let's see. I bring plenty and abundance. I deal in commerce and sales. I advocate independence and promote self-reliance in trade. Water, expansion, and flow is my department. Be careful not to tip the scales between tipsy and loaded. You won't want to end up dizzy and bloated. Okay, the fish of the Lenormand symbolizes resources and money. The three fish here in the blue depths show that we can dive deep to gather in food and abundance. In some traditions, the card also symbolizes wealth. Where this card appears, it teaches us to make the most of the resources that we possess. In modern parlance, it means speculate to accumulate, or making a little go a long way. The exact meaning is dependent on the cards around it. So it could be, it'd be weird if it was one of those issues where, you know, where one person is making more than the other, and that makes the other person not happy, which that shouldn't be the case. You know, you should be supportive of each other and that sort of thing. So anyway, so let's see. Hopefully that's not the case, but let's see what the tarot has to say. So we have Queen of Cups. That has that motherly, loving energy of Fatima there, Queen of Cups. Knight of Swords, King of Wands. Interesting. So we have three people here. Three people. Interesting. A lot of court cards. King of Wands. Again, okay. That's interesting. We have two King of Wands. So I do believe this is the same person. Four of Wands. The Fool. Okay. All right. Let's take a look at what we have here. Okay. Um Rarely do I get this kind of feeling in a reading because I like to focus on the person that this is going to and not so much the people outside and around. But I have to read what is, coming through. And then this time I feel like you've got more than one suitor. So I feel that you are in this Queen of Cups energy. You have love to give. And it's interesting. If you look at this card, one of them is down and one of them is up. I've never noticed that before. That is so interesting. But I feel like it's flowing. I really get a temperance energy from this card, this balance of letting things come in and go out. And I get a Fool energy from this card as well. Like, in it comes, out it goes, if it's not, for you. But there is this King of Wands energy that is showing up twice. And I'm not so sure. I'm not sure if it's the same energy. To be honest, I almost feel like it's a different energy. So I get this feeling like you may have more than one person that is interested in you right now. And I don't know if it's someone from work. Be careful. Oh my goodness. That I don't know. Sometimes that might be okay, but I mean, definitely, I wouldn't recommend it. You know what they say about don't dip your pen in the company ink, right? Could cause trouble. Not all the time, but I mean, just be careful. Just be careful. So I definitely feel like you've got attention and like a lot of people noticing you. That's what I'm getting. So you have this one here, King of Wands here. Then in the middle, we have a younger energy, this Knight of Swords. And sometimes I feel like this back row cards is representing you, but I'm not feeling that here. I feel like this Knight of Swords could be a younger energy. But now that I'm looking at this, I almost feel it's interesting. You see the Zeppelins back there. You know what? I'm starting to feel now that if this isn't another younger person in your life, that it is you. And once again, you got a side eye, and you're not sure about these offers that are coming in. Like, this is an offer of stability. This could be a marriage proposal. It's one of those things that can come through. But I think you're being very reserved and cautious. I'm feeling very cautious with this card here. You want to be certain that someone's not just being a player. I'm not getting player energy with this King of Wands, but there might be a little bit of that with this one because we have the King of Wands and the Fool, which I generally love the Fool card because it's this kind of happy-go-lucky energy, and you don't hold any resentments. You're just moving through life without any baggage, and you're just having experiences. But in the negative, it could be someone who's just wanting to have fun with no long-term stability, none of this, right? I don't see this stability here. And for some reason, this King of Wands card here really reminds me of the magician, someone, but not just a magician in that he's manifesting what he wants in life. I get a kind of trickster energy, and then we have almost a clown-like energy here. So I would be kind of cautious with someone who's this would be to me, kind of a player kind of energy, just wanting to play around and not be serious. So, and be careful with if that kind of person is popping up. Which I'm not sure if this king is this king over here. I don't think so. This is wild. This is a wild, interesting reading. So I want to look at the bonus cards here. Time to Shine creates the energetic resonance for golden opportunities. Golden opportunities. I feel like this is going more towards the finances thing, and maybe that's where this romance is going to start. Or somehow, I don't know. I wish you luck with that, honestly. It kind of makes me a little nervous. It do. All right, let's look at your tea leaf. We have door. Opportunities are waiting for you. Definitely feel that. There's definitely opportunities here. Never pulled that card before. Heart, love, deep affection, and caring. It's definitely here. Rabbit, too much concern with sexual matters. Look where that popped up. This one right here, that person is the player. Right there. That's the player. We don't want that. This person with the heart right here, love, deep affection, and caring. And then we have opportunities on this side. So I kind of feel like this one, this Knight of Swords, maybe that's the energy you're in, that you are wanting to give this to someone, but just please be careful who you offer it to. Oh, okay. That one was really interesting. Oh my goodness. So we're going to go to the final one. We're going to do the hearts. Okay, if you chose our beautiful heart, this is going to be your love oracle reading. We're going to start with the Rumi oracle. Ooh, all right, let's see what we have. Ooh, Passion of the Wild Red Mother. Never seen this card before. I'm pulling all new cards today. That is awesome. We have 36 breaking down into a 9. Woo! Passion of the Wild Red. I can't wait to read that one. All right, so our Romance Angel Oracle. Are we ready? Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. A lot of passion there too. All right, let's see what our Lenormand. Oh, wow. Okay, I think we have, this is the Tree of Life, right? We'll look it up, and we have a 5. So let's see what this first card is about. All right, let's take a look at this Passion of the Wild Red Mother, 36. So this oracle comes to you with a message. It is a big cosmic yes. It is also an invitation to let go of suffering and struggle, which is right there. That's what that is. Not with regret or shame, but with gentle acknowledgement that it has had its purpose. It now has a bigger purpose, that of passion, which calls you to engage in the embrace of life with more abandon than ever before. Now is the time to let go of belief systems and needing to know anything. It is time to trust in the beating of your own heart and in the people, places, and experiences that truly move you, whether it makes sense or appears to be logical or not. This oracle also brings you guidance. This guidance is about listening to the truth of your heart and allowing your soul to throb with aliveness, making that more important than any restriction, opinion, judgment, or fear the mind of yours or that of others could summon. So I feel like the Passion of the Wild Red Mother is about letting go of these things that are hindering you, that are pulling you down. And so Let's take a look at this next card. We have the 5. It's the tree. We have a beautiful rainbow here. I am here to stay and grow. I am the health of your body, mind, and soul. Look for the cards next to me to find out more about me. When negative cards are close, pack some tissues for your nose. A sign of health and longevity, and the imperative to put down one's roots to ensure a secure future. The card's presence could indicate a health condition that is inherited. The tree here also depicts the tree of life, a spiritual symbol that has its roots in the most ancient civilizations. It speaks here of antiquity and ancient roots. The card's meaning can also be seen in the rainbow, perhaps suggesting that the true health is to be found in aligning ourselves between that which is above and that which is below. The harmony of the colors reflecting through the tree symbolizes the holistic nature of healing and life itself. And I think you will come to a place of healing when you address the things that are holding you back. You know, we look at addictions and it's habits, right? And these habits can adversely affect us. And if it's something that is preventing you from experiencing joy or the passion of the wild red mother, right? Then that would be something you want to work on releasing, changing habits. It takes a good, I want to say at least 3 months, maybe even more, to create a habit. And so my habit in the morning is coffee. I love my coffee, but once I've taken care of other little things, then I allow myself to get on my devices and start that. But so let's take a look at what the tarot has to say here. We have, the Empress, wild red mother right there. 7 of Cups. Interesting that is right under codependency and addictions there. And then Justice. Okay. So, wow, look at that. Also in red. See what's crossing another. Wow. 8 of Swords over the Empress. We have the 5 of Cups over the 7 of Cups. Okay. And the 7 of Wands. Wow. All right. Time to unpack this one. Here we go. So we have these 2 conflicting things here, right? So we have the Empress and the 8 of Swords. And I kind of feel like this is our first card here. The wild red mother, just passionate, creative, beautiful Empress energy. But then this codependency here, addictions are affecting your romantic life. I feel like this 8 of Swords is reflecting that very much so. And these are in, what do you want to call it? These are in conflict with each other, these 2 energies. Yeah, that would be a heck of a place to be. You wouldn't be able to realize this Empress energy if you were in this state of being held down by this maybe outdated thinking. These could be, bad habits, things that you're wanting to change, and they're easily changed. She's not really blindfolded. Look, this is cold. It's barren, it's winter. But she's got this fire in her hands, a spark of aliveness. This determination on her face. And I think once you address this, what it talked about, this could be something that runs in your family. Certain addictions do run in families. But it could just be something that's, your daily habits that could just use a tweak. instead of all that screen time, which we tend to do, it might be time to get out in nature, start an outside hobby, a small flower garden or vegetable garden or just any kind of thing like that. Yeah, I think this is calling for a shift to get out of this energy and to go to that one. So let's take a look. It's interesting right here in the middle when we have this codependency here and addictions. We have these cups cards, right? You know, we have the Seven of Cups, which is spoiled for choice, and then we have the Five of Cups being like regretful of our choices and losses and things like that. But if you look at these cups, right, there's all different kinds of things in there. There's, I think, jewels there. There's a snake here, a castle. It looks like hearts and flowers. I mean, there's all kinds of different things. A fire-breathing dragon. Not all the choices we have in front of us are good for us, right? What's better, a donut or an apple? You know that. And so there could be this regret here of making poor choices. And this regret would also lead to being in this energy of, anxiety and, but this is, you can fix this. You absolutely can. You just start making better choices, right? Better habits. You can do that. You can absolutely do that. Make the better choice. You may have grown up in a family where they didn't, have healthy choices in exercising, and it was a lot of, unhealthy foods and processed foods and stuff like that. And those can be, sugar is an addiction. Hello. It definitely is. And sugar is one of those things that wreaks havoc on your body. It causes massive inflammation. It's not good for you. Not refined sugar. It goes straight into your bloodstream, you know? And so I much prefer the fruits over any kind of, I don't like artificially flavored things. I don't like candy like that. Just give me a fruit. It's so much better, tastes better, better for you. So I think this is about making better choices. And I think once you do that, once you adjust whatever these things are in your life, you will embrace this Empress, this wild red mother. Woohoo! Yeah, I think that's what you will be in. Imagine her just, those swords not there, and right. And so let's see what we have here. So we have Justice, that's Libra, and the Seven of Wands. Yeah. And so this is that need for balance, right? And someone who is codependent, they are out of balance. Could we all agree on that? That it is an out of balance kind of state if you're codependent on anything, your addictions, things that get you through the day. So you have this, I think, really deep desire to have balance, and you might even be, watching a tarot reading or looking to other methods to try to find this balance, which is fine. And so I think it's interesting. So we have the Seven of Wands here. We have fire energy. And I hope you're not being too defensive against, whatever things that are addicting for you. I hope that you defend your choice to let these things go and to go against maybe how your family raised you if it wasn't healthy, right? Hopefully, if this has anything to do with your family, I think you're going to make the right choices. I really, really do. And I think you're going to really defend those choices if you need to. Hopefully you won't have to, but I really feel like the universe is on your side because you have Justice here and you have the Empress. Oops. And so let's take a look at your bonus cards. So we have successful career, a happy working environment, pay raises and promotions. Well, that's awesome. And I think that will come into play with taking better care of your health, which we all need to. It's so easy to fall into fast food and, quick sugar pick-me-ups, but it's just really bad. And sugar it's an addiction. So let's look at your tea leaf. Let's see what we have. We have bridge. Beautiful. Successfully overcoming a problem, and you will. Absolutely will. Let's see what else we have. We have scissors. Disappointment in some affair. And we see disappointment here, right there. But I also feel like you're cutting this out, right? You're going to make the right choices. And then our last tea leaf, we have carrot. Opportunity or windfall. Thank you. We needed to hear that because I do feel like once you follow your heart and you do what's good and healthy for you, look what's coming for you. Great. It's wonderful. So hang in there. You're going to do great. All right. So that's all we have for right now. And this one, I just wanted to say the last thing for this one is this is about loving yourself first and foremost at all costs. And once you do that, that's when, if you're wanting to bring in additional love, then it will come to you. Okay, so that's it for this reading, and we will see you next time.